Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. First thing I'd like to do is issue an apology for the previous two episodes. Not entirely sure what went wrong, but there was no sound talking over the gameplay in either episode, which is a bit of a shame really, because that was the league finale and the FA Trophy final. So in the first lot where we just fell short in the league and then lost the playoff final, you would have heard my moaning and groaning as the goals went in, my frustration at not being able to beat Notts County. And again in the FA Trophy final, you'd have missed the cheers when the first goals went in, and how I was ruining the fact we'd won the FA Trophy and not the playoff final. But I can only offer my apologies. I chose not to voice over the previous episodes because I'd already seen the results and it would have taken something away from the commentary. So accept my apologies, and I'll try and make sure that it doesn't happen again. So if you bear with me, I'll go through the intros and I'll take you through the transfers we made in this recent transfer window. And welcome back. So we have to look just towards the tail end of the 21-22 season, because just before the end of the season we brought in James Sweet from Arsenal as extra cover and extra potential in centre mid. And also Thomas Davies, who's coming in, is kind of a new player to challenge for left back. It's quite fortunate in many respects, because at the end of last season, all the loan players left, along with Michi Afete. Someone made a transfer bid and he wanted to go, so we let him go. Aaron Tomlinson, which is one of the promising youngsters, he went as well. And Noah Watson, who was our potential left back, played a lot of games, but again someone came in, put in a bid, and we were unable to stop him going. Since then, at the start of the season, the club announced that we've gone professional, so we're no longer a semi-professional club. So losing players to very small bids from clubs in and around us shouldn't really happen anymore, as players should be kept on a longer term contract if we've got an intention of keeping them, and we will look to establish them contracts in the near future. Moving into this transfer window, we've signed Oliver Webber as a potential goalkeeper. He's come in. We've got Martin Swiderski, who is he's our new best player essentially in the middle of the park. Again on a free transfer, lots of potential ability on him. I can't remember which club he came from, but he's ex-Man United, so he never actually played any games for Man United, but he was brought through their youth system. Sebastian Christensen coming in at centre half, again really challenging to be one of our best centre half players, and we've brought him in from Everton. So Everton have been relegated into the Championship, so that's certainly a job that we will try and get into if we can climb up the leagues quick enough or get enough reputation. Along with Christensen, we've also signed Rafael Nair, who's another centre back who can also play right back. Again, great stats for the position he's playing in. We've got Jack Masrani, a young Welsh right back. He's more as cover for Afete. He's gone. I know Meekings and other players can deputise at right back, so we've got a little bit of depth in there. And we've managed to recently sign Juan Camilo Gomez on a permanent transfer. He did leave on loan at the end of the season. He went back to his parent club. We did try and extend that loan. They wouldn't, because he had no contract left. Initial bids to get him in, he rejected because he didn't think we had the ambition. But we have managed to get him in there within the squad. And there is one further transfer that is in the process of going through, which is Tavio Dalmeida again. We've had him on loan for 2 seasons. He initially wouldn't extend his loan contract and he wouldn't sign for us. But as the window's gone on and he's not had any offers in for him, we've jumped in there. We've managed to sign him on a free transfer. So squad-wise, we are looking at that as our squad, which is, if I just check for you, 25-man squad. The only other additions, we brought Eddie Green in from the youth system. He's got a lot of potential and he's homegrown, so we've brought him in there as your backup midfield cover, especially if we went back to a defensive midfielder formation. And Karamizi is another one that's come through our youth system, a lot of potential, and we've just brought him into that squad just to bolster the numbers. So in terms of our team reporting to squad depth now, we're looking reasonably good up top. Affeline and Gomez, who we had last season, which is brilliant, with Parish back now off his loan as cover. Got Wishart, Forster on the left-hand side as our main two, with Lewis able to play on both sides. We've got Roos and Lewis, probably our first two on the right-hand side, with Sweet able to play it there, but he's brought him more in as midfield cover for making sure our players don't get as tired this season. So we've got Svideski, and it will be Dalmeida will be our main two starters, with Charles Lench, Burnett and Sweet in behind. And it's important we try and rotate early on this time round. Left back, we've got Davies. Wishart can cover, and Svidersky can cover if need be. We've got Christensen, Nair, Meekins, Ferguson, all centre half. So we've got great selection there, and that's really strong with the defensive players we've got in there. Mazrani's kind of in there as our first choice right back, but I can imagine Nair and Meekins will potentially cover some of them areas when we're wanting to make sure players get enough game time. And then we've got Parks as our first choice keeper, who was player of the season last year, with Webber in his cover. So we're actually looking pretty good. There's our strengths and weaknesses. So we're still not great at dribbling, aerial reach and long throws isn't great. I know Meekins can do long throws, and I will go back and adjust our set pieces for the new season starting. But in terms of weaknesses, it's more about overall stats than really lacking in any one area. So, and that's something that will get better as seasons go on. So there is a lot of weaknesses, but nothing that I'm particularly concerned about. But when we go into the overview of the season for the preview, they've got us at 8-1. So again, we've built on last season. When we first started this game, we were right down the bottom. We've climbed the way up to kind of predicted finished 8th, which isn't bad really, considering you've got Stockport, Scunthorpe been relegated from the division above. So realistically, we're like the sixth best from the teams that were here last year, and we competed against Wrexham and Ebbsfleet and Boreham, Bromley last season, and we were pretty good. So we'll see how we go from there. Is there anything else I need to show you before we get into it? I mean, tactics are pretty much the same. I have put out some, since we've gone professional, we've been able to sign some additional staff. So we're going to get one more goalkeeping coach to try and bring up our average in the goalkeeper side, and a bit more medical staff just to make sure we can keep our players fit and healthy. Club vision wise, they're only looking for a top half finish. First round of the FA Cup, third round of the FA Trophy. So not too bad. They want us to play direct football, which we tend to play more direct anyway, and work within the wage budget, which we're normally pretty good at. Finance has been fantastic, so we don't need to worry too much about that. And I think outside of the schedule of games, where we've done pretty good in the friendlies. I know we got beat by Aston Villa in the first one, but that was before a lot of the players got signed and bolstered the squad. Since then, we've gone on to look pretty good, to be honest. I know we got a draw at Southend, but that's not a terrible result. So we're pretty well prepared for the season. What I'll do is I'll click us through to the first game, and we will see how we get on in the opening game of the season away at Solihull Motors. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you in a minute. And welcome back. So here we are with the lineup for the first game of the season. We've got Parks carrying on in goals. Davies making his debut at left back. We've got Ferguson and Meekins playing at centre half, who are captain and vice captain respectively. We've got Nair coming in at right back, making his debut. Svidersky in that Carolero role, which is normally held by Dalmeida, and Sweet in the middle of the park, both making their debut again. Forster continues on the left wing, Roos on the right wing. Gomez starts up top with Parish playing alongside him, and that's because Affeline's not quite fit at the minute. So we will go with that. We'll carry on with an attacking mentality, and we will seek to open up the season with 3 points. So we'll just get through to the game. We'll give a little bit of a team talk in the dressing room. See if we can just tee them up for the start of the season, and we will see if our new transfers, new signings have given us a little bit more bite and a little bit more strength to go on and maybe dominate some of these games early season. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing Swiderski play, ex-Man United. So here we go, Meekins with the ball at the back, plays up the top. It's gone straight through to the keeper. See what Solihull can do with it. Long ball over the top. Back to Davies, plays out wide to Forster. Into Swiderski. He plays it for Davies, overlapping. Back to Parish, who's dropped deep. Into Swiderski. That's going to have problems saying his name. I might have to give him a nickname. Out wide to Naya. Can he find a delivery? Puts it in. And Gomez opens up the scoring for the start of the season, carrying on where he left off, his top scorer last season. So it's a great start to the game, great start to the season, and it was good passing movement in the build-up. And again, we'll just be looking to make sure we can build on that, maybe get a second goal, maybe start into rotational earlier on in the season so we're not so tired as we go through. But a promising little start at the beginning of the season. Obviously making his second debut since he signed permanently. Long may he continue to score goals. He's only 19 years old. He could become a mainstay of our attack for years to come. Long throw from Meekins then into the box. Ball breaks out wide. Sweet can pick up the scraps. Feeds back into Ferguson. Into Parish. Can he pick anyone out? Back to Ferguson over the top to Forster out wide. He plays it into Parish. And that's just tipped over the bar. Again, can we pick up the ball from their goal kick? It's flicked over the top. Back to our keeper Parks. Distributes it short to Naya. Long ball over the top. But it's got back. Solihull have kind of got their foot on the ball at the minute. But there we win it back again. It looks like they might come out with a chance here. And it's a good shot, but good save from the keeper. We will make it. Shorter passing, always press. Did want to change it to the work into the box. Great shot there, but again, wide. So let me just see if I can. I'm going to let Meekins with a long through them. Into the box, ball bounces. No one ever likes to see it bounce in their own box. Swiderski on the edge, into Sweet, back to Swiderski, tries a shot, his defender, and that is a wonderful finish by James Sweet on his debut, bending into the far corner on his left foot. Absolutely fantastic. And it's good to see some of the new signings making an impact on the game. I would certainly say Swiderski's had a good few touches of the ball. Sweet with a wonderful finish. Naya's got an assist. Gomez has scored, so it's all looking pretty good. It looks like Gomez got a pulled groin, so we will look to make that change. Let's get through the dressing room. Pleased with the performance. Start the second half, and I will make that change up top. Probably Lewis, yeah. Lewis will have to come on. We'll confirm that, and then instructions wise, I'll just get that, work the ball into the box. See if it can give us a bit more clear-cut chances up top. So again, playing good, especially at the back. New signings, some good averages coming out on the opening day of the season. And again, let me know in the comments section if you are happy with the transfers we made this year. If you think we strengthened in the right areas. I certainly feel myself that I've learned from having a smaller squad size. This will Meekins have thrown into the box and Forster's picked up. But it's 3-0 up on the opening day of the season. As I was saying, is I think having a 25-man squad as opposed to 21 will bear fruit as the season goes on. Because towards the tail end of last season, I think it possibly cost us that top spot. Lewis with the ball on the edge of the box now. Oh, is that a penalty? Or should it have been a penalty? Sweet and Swiderski play at the edge of the area. Can Swiderski find it on into Forster? Swiderski out to Davies. Swiderski again, looking quite comfortable on the ball. Smart little interchange. In from Roos into Parish. Back to Naya. He has a go, but that would have been great again if he could have got a goal on his debut as well. Corner ball now. Lewis gets a chance to deliver it in at that near post. Roos picks it up. Parish gets it. Lewis another chance to deliver the ball. But no, it looks like he was offside. So again, doing really well. The XG is possibly not showing as high as I would expect it to. Only expected 0.89 of a goal. We've got 3. But I think we've dominated the game. I wouldn't say we've struggled or Solihull have particularly been in terms of clear-cut chances. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Forces on the yellow card. He'll get a sweet off of Phillips on. Just keep players fresh. Coming to the final couple minutes. Looks like it's pretty much job done. There's no sub on the bench for Parish at the minute. But opening day of the season, away at Solihull, 3-0 win. I think everybody's got to be happy with that, and it bodes well for the new season. Some new signings. We've still got Dalmeida to come in as well into the middle of the park. So I'm actually looking pretty happy with the squad we've got. I'm happy with the prediction of where we're going to finish, and I think we can make a real challenge for that top spot this season. Again, let us know your thoughts and feelings in the comments section. We can have a discussion, see where we think we'll finish. I'm expecting us to be up in and around the top spot. Schedule wise, then SPFL Trust Trophy third. I'm not quite sure what that is or why we're in it. But what I'll do is I'll play through these initial league games and we'll come back and find out what that's all about. So I'll leave you there. We'll come back in the next episode. We'll have our first game in the SPFL Trust Trophy and then a home tie against Gloucester. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Again, apologies for the lack of sound in the previous 2 episodes. I will definitely be paying more attention to making sure that the correct sound gets uploaded as I put the videos on. Thanks again. Take care. See you soon. Bye.